What's up, world? It's Mufasa, and I just jumped off the porch with Dirty Glove Bastard.
Yeah, that's her. She sitting right there thinking, fuck. That's my little. She high maintenance, so get money is a must. That's my little. She got a.
All right, so we got the one and only Charisma Mufasa jumping off the porch with us today. Welcome, man.
What's up with it? Glad to be here.
Yeah, I'm feeling great. How about yourself, man?
I'm blessed.
Yes, sir, man. And you got the legendary DJ Plugg with you today, too, man.
Yeah, that's my boy.
Boy's been up here more than me sometimes. Nah, that's what's good, man. Yeah, we'll tap into that relationship in a little bit, too, man. But let's go ahead and dive into your story. You from here in Atlanta, right? East Atlanta?
Yeah.
Okay. So what part of East Atlanta, man?
So I grew up somewhere everywhere, man. My mom was always moving around. We was on Panola Road. We lived in Decatur. We done lived in Marietta before.
Oh, shit.
But I was born on the east side. So
Okay.
that's why I rooted. I ended up growing up in a little town outside of Destin, Florida. That's where I ended up moving with my grandmother, and I ended up going to school and finishing high school and stuff like that.
Okay. Yeah, I saw the name of the town. I wasn't even gonna try and pronounce it.
Yeah, it's the Funiac. It's some
Defuniac?
yeah, it's some small country.
I thought I
stuff
knew
out
every town in Florida. I'm not gonna lie, man, but that's one that I definitely ain't never heard of, bro.
there. Little small, little rural, little town.
Yeah. You still got family down there, or
Yeah.
they straight after the hurricane and all that, or?
Yeah, they good. My grandma, that's my rock. I talk to her about it every day.
Okay.
So, she there.
Yeah. So, at what age did you move down there then?
I was back and forth. I moved to Florida and came back to Atlanta like 3 times.
Oh shit.
Like I think my grandma better on this than I am. Like maybe 8, 9 months. Went to Florida a couple years, came back, same thing happened. My mama was in and out of rehab, so she kind of stepped up and took that mother role and ended up being the one who really kept my head solid through the whole little situation. So.
And now, did you have a preference when you were younger? Like, man, I'd rather be in Atlanta, or I'd rather be in Florida, or you didn't really care?
I just really cared about being around my grandma, for real. I really didn't care where I was at, just as long as I was in close proximity to her, for real.
Yeah.
I ain't really give a damn where I was at.
Nah, shout out to her, like you said, stepping up, man.
Yeah.
So what were you into as a kid? Like, what were some of your hobbies and all that?
Man, I used to love to write. I was a print journalism major at Troy University. And all I like to do, I used to write my own little books. I used to steal the little printer paper. And I'd take a cardboard box and I'd fold it to like a hard book cover, and I'd draw and design the cover, and I'd put the paper inside, and I'd just write my own little books.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I was into some different shit. I ain't really jump into sports until I was like 7th grade, for real. But
What had motivated you to get into sports at that time, man? And you was playing football, right?
I started out hooping.
Okay.
I had hoop dreams first. I was a basketball cat first. Football kind of came by accident. I got dropped off at my homeboy house, and his daddy was outside, made us play football in the front yard. He threw it at me, and I caught it, made a move. He's like, boy, you playing football. He's like, the hell with basketball, you playing football. Yeah. That's kind of how it started.
Oh shit. And I understand, like, you were pretty nice with it too, right?
Something like that, yeah.
And did you go to Troy on a football scholarship then?
Yeah, I ended up in high school. I got a lot of recruitment attention, so we had Nick Saban coming into school to see me, get me out of class. Had Jimbo Fisher, Urban Meyer when he was at Florida, and it was all new to me because I'm just like, I don't know what these folks want, but I caught on quick. It was because of the athletic ability.
Yeah.
And I saw that kind of set me apart from, my peers and everybody else that was around me.
Oh shit. Now, did you go to visit a lot of different campuses during that time too?
That was probably some of my first real traveling, for real. Charlie Strong brought me in to University of Louisville. That's the first time I ever been to Kentucky. I met Nick Saban, went to Alabama, went to Miami, went to University of Florida, and I just kind of peeped, like, it's really towns, like, with different people talk different, walk different, and like how cultures play a role in everyday life. And shit I learned a lot from that, just say that.
Yeah. So why Troy? What was it about Troy University that said, man, this is the place I need to be at then?
So this the crazy part. I didn't even want to play football, for real. I didn't. I was so bent on basketball and track. Like, I mean, I was cold at football. I was all state. I was ESPN top recruit. Ended up in a magazine. That's when I knew, like, top 100 players in the state by position, and I made the list. And it was like, yeah, that's cool, but I don't give a fuck about no football, for real. Like, I wanted to hoop. And so I made a decision, like, I ain't playing football. I ain't thinking about football. Only school that really gave me, that even entertained the idea of letting me run track outside of football was University of Miami. And Miami far from the Funiac, shit like 10 hours, almost 10 hours. So coach came in like 2 days before signing day, and he was like, man, listen, you come here, you work for about 3 years, I get you the hell up out of here and get you to the league. And they had just had a DB, Leotis McKelvin at the time. When I was a senior high school, he was the man. He played the same position, and he had just went to the Bills. So I was like, yeah, I felt like I could do the same thing. So you know what, he put on a good show. He put on a good talk game. So I said, fuck it, I'm going to Troy.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
So were you able to do track or basketball there too?
Yeah, I ran track. I ran track too.
What was your specialty in track? Like,
I ran the 100.
Okay.
I ran the 60, 100, and the 200.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's one of your top times, man? Like, how fast are we talking?
This shit crazy because in high school, I was the nigga I had me and my dog. He was fastest cat arguably in Florida. And so we would smash everybody. So track season wasn't shit till we got to like the state meet where you run against the fastest kid from Miami, fastest kid from Broward, fast. Like, I'm lining up with niggas like Sammy Watkins and Levante Whitfield, and I'm just like, it dawned on me like I'm not the fastest nigga in the world, and that shit killed me. Like, it was a reality check for real. But I met a lot of people and made a lot of relationships that lasted far beyond football. So.
And you end up going to the CFL after college?
So after college, I left my third year.
Okay.
I ended up getting an NFL workout. And just because I left school early and my film was limited, I ain't have much experience. I had athletic ability and I could showcase that by coming in and working out and shit, but at the end of the day, they wanted experienced players. So I went to Jacksonville. They gave me a spark of a hope. And then I was in Miami with the Dolphins, and they gave me a spark of a hope, but you know, it was all a learning experience that I wouldn't change it for nothing.
Yeah. And so did the CFL reach out to you? How did that
Yeah, I was actually like, I was in Atlanta, and I just got a random phone call like, hey, you still trying to ball? And they was like, man, you gonna be on a plane tomorrow. And I flew to some place called Saskatchewan, Regina.
Goddamn.
And that shit was crazy, cause I didn't know where the fuck I was at, and it was cold, and they looked at me crazy when I got off the plane because I had on a tank top. I had on a tank top and some shorts. It was like, bro, you finna have to go get some clothes. So that was some different shit too.
Yeah.
Everything was different, but at that point I was trying to make a career out of the shit. So.
How long did you play up there in Canada?
I was in Canada not 3 months.
Oh, for real, that's it?
Yeah, that was it.
Like, you just wasn't fucking with it, or?
I mean, mentally, like, you know, every kid goal is the NFL, and it just kind of took a shot at my pride on it. So I was just like, yeah, it's CFL, but I had mentally been away from the game. I ain't had the same drive for it. Yeah. And I had started hanging around rap niggas. They tainted my viewpoint on it. I was like, shit, fuck this. I'd rather go over here and rap. You feel me?
So you just came back to Atlanta at that time, or?
Nah, when I left there, I went back out. I was on Florida a little bit. I was back and forth.
Okay.
You can say that. Yeah. I was wherever I could put some motion together at. I ain't never been really one to sit still. If you call me and tell me you got to play for me in Cali to go out there and make make a move, make something that can help better my career, make some money, shit, I'm on the first thing flying.
No, I dig that, man. Yeah. And were you rapping at this time, or when does that come about?
I was playing with it. I wouldn't say I was rapping. It's really like maybe a year and a half after that where I really started like, all right, fuck it, I'm gonna do this myself. Like I had been on so many tours, like just as an invite, and I was just like, man, fuck it, I wanna do this. I could do this. Like, and I felt like a nigga wordplay was lit enough to really fall in that lane, so I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna do it. And I just made my mind up that I was gonna rap.
Okay. And what year was this?
This was like 2018, beginning of 2018. I still kind of had one foot in. I was still like working out for teams and shit. Still trying to wonder if I'd go back to football. But at that time, I had started fucking with that rap shit. And it was just more exciting to me to be my own boss, you know, create all my own shit and to be able to run my own shit. Football, that shit, man, that shit like a slave farm, to be sad to say it. It's just like you gotta wake up on somebody else's time, be in meetings, go to weights, go to practice, go back to meetings, then talking about practicing again and do this shit over and over and over and over. Shit get redundant and get tired of that shit.
Not real shit.
It is not for the mentally. If your mind gotta be in that shit too. It ain't no more just playing ball, like, cause that's, the game is the last shit. You spend 90% of it prepping for it.
Yeah. Yeah, most NFL players, their average career is like what, like 3 years or some shit? It's not that very long either, too.
I had a coach tell me NFL stand for not for long.
Real shit.
So get what you can get in there and get the hell on.
Yeah. And around this time is when you got shot though, too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we ain't gonna go too much into details, but like, you know, what was that time period like for you, man? You got shot 5 times, right?
Yeah. I was blessed to make it through the situation, but at that point, I knew it was something God wanted me to do, cause I'm out here playing, wasting time, and then it took that for that to happen to me for me to get on my shit. You feel me? Like, I really got after that mentally. It could either fucked me or it made me a better man, and I chose to use it as a tool instead of a crutch. So.
Yeah. And what was your recovery process like? Were you down and out for a bit, or did you bounce right back? Or?
Man, like mentally, it was so much shit going through my head. Like, I checked out of the hospital the next day.
Oh shit.
I was like, as soon as I woke up from surgery, like I couldn't even form full sentences. And it was like, you gotta do so and so, and I was like, can I leave? Is there any chance I could leave? I just did not want to be in that bitch. My head was so fucked up, I didn't want to be in there.
True.
So I darted. I got up out that motherfucker, and I was on crutches for like 4-5 months.
God damn. Where all did you get hit at?
And shit, a little graze across the head. I hit here, thigh, leg. Some bullshit.
Super blessed though, man.
Yeah, I
Raised
know
to
it.
the head, man. You know, an inch either way.
And the crazy part about it, like, you know, a lot of these kids and shit, like, they told a pistol to look cool, but really, like, in the whole entirety, only reason I ever told it a weapon was to just making sure a nigga make it home. You get what I'm saying? Like, I ain't trying to be no tough nigga, none of that. That ain't never been my stilo. But shit, it was just the one day I just didn't have my motherfucking pistol.
Oh shit, really?
Yeah, the one day, I go everywhere with that motherfucker. The one day I ain't have it, that little bullshit happen.
True.
But shit made a giant, so I ain't even tripping.
Nah, for real, man. Like I said, super blast, bro, for sure. So Mufasa, how did we come up with this nickname, man, or who gave you this shit?
Man, the streets gave it to me, but I kind of got it from fucking with animals. I was actually fucking with lions. I started fucking with lions like when I was down in Miami. I know you seen the little documentary during COVID.
Tiger King?
Yeah. So I ended up meeting Mario Tabro. You know, the foreigner from Miami that was on there that they claim chopped up the informant and all that shit. I hit him up, reached out to him, was like, man, I fuck with lions, like how can I get one? And you know, he kind of like, what? It kind of threw him off at first, but oh shit, I flew down there, you know, shadowed and watched how he did his shit, and I was like, shit, I'm gonna branch off and do my own thing. So I took the class, and I got class 1 certified to purchase big cats in the state of Florida. Alabama, you don't need that, but every other state.
I was gonna say, wait, in Alabama, you don't need anyone could go to buy a lion and
Fish and wild.
just have that shit in the backyard or what?
Man, you gotta have.
Is there regulations like?
It's regulations on it. Like you gotta have 5 acres.
Okay.
And you gotta have the encapture pass code and Fish and Wildlife USDA come out there and inspect it. That bitch big enough and sturdy enough, they'll let you kill yourself. If that's what you wanna do, they damn sure let you do it. Anything they can tax, they'll let you do it.
God damn. So what do you start off with like a kitten, like a small one, or we just jump right into the big one?
A lioness. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Start off with a lioness cub.
Yeah.
And see, it was a few zookeepers and owners that I was befriending because at the time I ain't had a license. So I found a legal loophole, like if they will offer up they zoo or facility or whatever to license the animal, then legally I guess you can buy it and keep it there. Okay. So legally it would be under their name, but I would be the one paying the money to get the cat and keep maintain the cat and feed the cat. So that shit. So yeah, I know I've been into some crazy shit.
How many cats did we get up to?
I ain't the average nigga. Oh no, I'm still at 1, but right now I'm trying to get some shit built in Alabama because I do want to do 3.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I do want to do 3.
Like, would you get all females or all males or like one of each or?
I'd say 2 females and a male because you can keep breeding, keep 2 different bloodlines.
Okay. Now, did you ever have any, close calls fucking around with the cats and shit, or?
I fell asleep with a cub and woke up and that bitch had 2 dreads in her hair. That bitch had two dreads out my head.
How you fall asleep around the cub?
Laying on the floor trying to be goddamn the lion whisperer. I was on Instagram high making some videos and I dozed off and woke up. I felt yanking. I thought she was just playing with that bitch, so I took a whole 2 dreads out my damn head.
God damn, man. That shit's wild right there. I couldn't imagine falling asleep next to a cub, you know?
High, like I said. High. I don't even think I meant to fall asleep. I was just on Instagram. I think I was live with the cats or something, and I was just in that bitch laying too cool for school ass shit. Got high while I'm talking shit, and I dozed off.
Shit, yeah, that's crazy right there, bro.
I know a girl lost her whole motherfucking hand though. She was feeding that motherfucker, and she was instructed to throw the meat, and instead she tried to place it down while she already had some other meat there. That motherfucker grabbed her whole hand.
Probably thought it was taking that other piece in, huh?
I don't know what that motherfucker spazzed about, but she fucked up.
So do you still have the same cub that you initially had?
Kiko, okay. Yeah.
So how old is she now?
Kiko is almost 6 years old.
Dang.
Going on 6 years old.
How big is she right now?
I don't know weight-wise, a couple 100 pounds.
Couple 100 pounds.
They unique though, bro. Like what I really want to start doing is like start like my own little podcast where I just roll my blunt and I just got lions walking around behind me and I just keep pop
invite
shit.
a guest, have them freak the fuck out.
Yeah.
Have Plugg pull up.
Yeah, that's on the way. Plugg on come fuck with it.
That shit's unique. I don't think I ever interviewed someone that owned a lion before.
Yeah, all right. My grandma, she taught me that early. Like, she ain't never had no problem letting me know I was a little different, cause I ain't too much do shit everybody else did. I was the motherfucker who was gonna ask questions, and she said she always told me ain't shit wrong with that, because if you don't ask, you'll never know.
Yeah. And it looks like you're passionate about it, because you hear a lot of times people, you know, buy a cup or some shit. After a couple months, they were like getting rid of it. They just doing it for, you know, a fad or a phase or some shit like that. But
Nah, them motherfuckers an endangered species. I want to try and preserve them. So it's a whole nother avenue and venture, man. That shit on the way, man.
yeah.
When you see me in the news, goddamn, with a lion on the leash in your hood, you'll know.
Okay. And I understand you got to open up for Dolph, or you toured with Dolph before, or?
Yeah, when I was playing football, I met them when I was playing football. I met Daddy-O.
Okay.
And I had kept saying it. It took a couple times. I was like, they knew I played ball and shit. And so I started coming around. I was like, Daddy-O, I want to rap. He just laughed. He said, man, motherfucker, you playing football. Fast forward a couple years later, Daddy-O, I still want to rap. And so shit, we fucked around. I think we fucked around. I reached out to him and Dolph, and I was like, man, I ain't playing. What's up? Let's pull a move. And he gave me a stipulation. You know, if you wanted to rap for real, this is what we had to start at. And I think what struck his salute is that I did exactly that. I did what I needed to do to put the move together so fast. All right, what I need, all right, you need this. I went around the corner, came back, boom, had it. And so it was all this motherfucker dead ass serious. Dead ass serious. Yeah, that's kind of how I fell into the lane. And they let me open up on the tours and go to the shows and shit. And you know, riding there and meeting up before and after in that studios and shit, I kind of just sit back and I'm one of them niggas that's gonna sit back and always try to learn something. And so one thing about Dolph, that nigga was a chess player. That nigga he made moves, and I just sat back and kind of peeped, like, you know, how he put moves together and little campaigns and shit with his DJ, with Rocksteady. And I was like, yeah, that's some real nigga shit. It ain't niggas like that, man. That's just self-made hustler, like, gonna get it by any means type shit.
Yeah. That's dope. You got to get that like hands-on experience, that learning experience too, man. Seeing how this shit goes too.
Yeah, niggas be too prideful nowadays. Niggas don't ever want to learn nothing, and that be the crazy thing. That be the whole shit with this new generation. Like, you can't tell a nigga nothing. like I might run up on you like, bruh, it may not be the best idea to run off in this store and rob it. I'm just saying. Yeah. A nigga think you hating on him, or you don't want him to get no money. Nah, nigga, I'm trying not to see your dumb ass in prison.
Nah, for real. Like, they ain't trying to see you crash out over some bullshit, man.
Oh, I done seen niggas crash out for less.
No, real shit, man. Yeah, we saw it with the Dolph trial, man. Them boys crashed out over nothing.
Yeah.
Shit crazy, man.
Shit. You gotta watch these niggas nowadays. For real.
Real shit, yeah. So you started taking rap serious in 2018. What type of feedback were you getting at that time too, bro?
So, I ain't gonna say it's how I knew I already could rap a little bit. It's because in high school, like, niggas used to beat on the desk. And like, when the teacher walk out the room for a second or something, they'd kick a beat and I'd just freestyle for the whole class, and they was fucking with it. They was always fucking with it, because it was always asking the nigga to do it. And so I was like, shit, I could flow a little bit. And then I had my little homeboys. We was in a group. Shit was called YCB. And we started a little group in high school, and we dropped a song in my homeboy closet. And the whole school was playing that shit. So that's when I already kind of knew, like, you know, I ain't too far from it. But yeah.
I'm sure that motivated you though, like knowing that people was fucking with this shit.
Oh hell yeah! Ain't no better feeling like when you get in that mode, and you create, and you put together a piece of art, and motherfuckers fucking with it. Yeah.
All right, so we got the new single with Erica Banks, man. Talk about how this one came about.
My nigga Plugg, man. I say, listen, I need I need a hard ass female that can rap. And I think I was talking about Plugg. I think I was talking to you about it one day on the phone, and he was like, man, listen, let me see if I can't get up with her. And shit, I got up with her, I hit her up, and the rest was that. We went out to Houston, recorded the shit, and locked in.
Oh, shit.
So,
y'all got in the studio together, recorded then, or okay?
Mm-hmm. That's the thing. I'm gonna pull up by that issue, get something done. Shit, where I need to be at, and I'm there.
Yeah. And I see you got a challenge going for the song too, man. Talk about the challenge.
Man, so it's called That's My Lil challenge, and it's just females popping their shit. They just they can twerk that motherfucker, ride in the car vibe, you know, really just like that's my little bitch, like that's my little soldier, that's my little ride or die. That's a motherfucker I can trust, like, you know, like a little solid female anthem for the solid females, not them fake assholes.
I dig it. You got a music video on the way, or did you guys talk about shooting it?
Video definitely on the way.
Okay.
Definitely on the way.
Yeah. So let's talk about the relationship with Plugg, man. How'd you guys connect at first?
Man, I was always in the strip club.
Where you gonna
I was
find
always
Plugg?
in the motherfucking strip club. Yeah, shit. I was trying to get my music played and shit. Yeah. And so shit, he was one of the more authentic, you know what I'm saying? You know how when you meet motherfuckers, you don't necessarily just get the best vibe, but it was just like I had already known. And so shit. And fast forward, when I really locked in, it was like, hey, this is what I want to do. This is what I'm really choosing, like, as a career path. Then it just elevated, and he been helping me make moves ever since.
Yeah. That's a solid person to have on your team, man. I'll tell you that much, bro. Yeah.
That shit rare nowadays. Everybody got a motive.
Not real shit.
And you gotta watch niggas keep around you.
Yeah. Gotta ask you about this song and video for Beast, man. You got a legendary Birdman in this shit, man.
Hell yeah, that's OG. OG was fucking with the song so tough, he said we had to do it.
How'd that connection happen? Like, you just sent it over to him? Is someone you been rocking with?
Nah,
Break this down.
nah,
Yeah,
shit
not
like
everyone coming up here calling Birdman Unc, so come on.
yeah, nah, it was Big Mike, and he do security, and so we used Big Mike a couple times in the city, and you know, he was doing security for Bird, and I was like, man, listen, I think me and Unc can fuck with each other whenever he hear what a nigga got going on, like, so shit, he put the play together, he made a call, and it was like, this happened to be one of them situations where they was just like, send the music.
Oh, shit.
And they sent it, and motherfucker hit me back, talking about, yeah, you need to come to Miami and shoot a video. Whoa. Yeah. Hell yeah, nigga, shit, man, I had Luma 4 wrapped around my neck as a jet, man, talking about I was the #1 stunner when I was a jet. The fuck? There ain't no niggas did it better than them. So shit, hell yeah.
No, that's a hell of a look, man, to get Birdman in your video like that, too.
Hell yeah, solid.
Yeah.
Real recognized, real. It was just, you know what I'm saying, that was just a sign that nigga doing something right.
I'm fucking with this song, Got 'Em Beat, man. Talk about that one.
I was just, and I don't know, I think I had something on my head. Like I be telling people, I feel like music ain't shit, but a journal with a beat to it, for real. And so, like one day I just felt like my dog had told me some shit. Motherfucking nigga be in my face acting like everything cool and really low key. They just be on some envious, on some hating type shit. So I was just like, I don't give a fuck how a nigga feel about it. Like, nigga gon' win, nigga gon' get that, nigga gon' make it happen. And so I was just like, nigga got me fucked up. Like, I just was in that bitch, I was going through the beats and I heard the beat and I stopped. I was like, damn, that bitch hard. And so I was in that bitch just playing, trying to come up with a hook. They try to knock me off my pill like they gonna do something. Yeah, I'm a rapper, but a bitch know I shoot something. Yeah, I just felt like I had to let a nigga know they had me all the way fucked up, and a nigga was still gonna be there. Regardless of the hate, regardless of all that flaw ass shit, nigga standing 10 toes down.
No, that shit hard too. It looked like fans were fucking with it too.
Yeah, they definitely one of the most songs. Like, it's crazy how like you can have a song for every vibe, and just to see how like people in different areas and different cities, like who fuck with it, who don't fuck with it, and their reaction, that shit. That's another thing I love about the game, like appreciation for the art.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it helps you get fans from all over, man, because they may not fuck with this song, but they gonna fuck with one of these songs.
I knew I wasn't that bad as a rapper when I had somebody write me and say they was going through something, and they just happened to play the song, and it just had helped them get through something that they was facing and gave them a little motivation. Yeah. I was like, if somebody can seek something like that from a motherfucking song, like, you gotta be doing something right. Yeah. So I fucked with it.
Yeah, that's like the real power of music, man. And I can imagine as an artist, that's like the ultimate compliment that you can get too.
Yeah, like I said, that just, a lot of niggas get in it for the glitter and gold and the cars and the bitches and all that, but nah, a nigga got a real appreciation. Like, I feel like I call myself a journalist, because this nigga used to write 24/7, but I had a real appreciation for writing and art and shit.
And do you still write your raps, or do you punch in now, or do both, or what?
Man, it just depends. Like, for the most part, I punch in. Okay. Just simply because I feel like it's more innovative, it's more real when it's off the head, and I ain't put too much thought into it. Yeah. That shit more like an action instead of being forced.
Nah, I feel it, man. Should fans expect a new project soon, or are you kind of just focusing on these singles and videos?
Man, I got a hard one with Baby Money, with QC artist Baby Money. Shout out to that nigga. And man, I got a whole bunch of, I got some music for every vibe you could think of. I got a music, I was just always the underdog. So I just always help a nigga sit in that underdog seat and see what they were going through and what it's like to be counted out type shit. So.
And what's some goals you got set for yourself, whether it's short term or long term?
Chart. Get a single on the chart. Take it step by step. I got a long list, but you know, sometimes you can't give away the playbook. You know, just take it a step at a time. So a nigga just working. Nigga just working until a nigga wake up and a nigga on the billboard. So that's what it is.
I fuck with it, yeah. You still a football fan? You be watching NFL, college and all that, or?
Man, let me tell you this. That shit a gift and a curse. So I started, I had like started fucking with the gambling, like the sports gambling and shit. I knew how to shot dice. I shot dice for a little bit, but my first official casino visit was my birthday this year. And I won like 29-5 the first time I went to the casino. And it was
That's that beginner's luck, they say,
on the
right?
dice table. And so I just thought I was a professional dice shooter after that. You couldn't tell me nothing. So nigga get out and lay down with them dice. But shit, I always been the type of nigga to bet on myself for real though. Just, I'm gonna bet on myself and bet the house on myself. That's just how much belief I got in it.
Yeah.
So.
I feel it. Is there any artists you want to work with in the future that you haven't been able to work with yet?
Yeah. It's a couple names. It's just, you know, right timing for everything. You know, artist-wise, Future. Actually, Todd the Gates. I damn sure want to put something together with Gates.
Okay.
Coming here real soon. Gucci, like I said, I was Cash Money and Gucci was king when I was a jet. It wasn't nigga be ready to fight you by a guap. Like, for real shit. You ain't gonna play. But nigga was just shit. You just a nigga that you just couldn't be fucked with. Like ain't nobody gonna fuck with guap.
Man, that mixtape run he had, that shit was so legendary.
Man, that nigga dropped the mixtape every 2-3 days, every Friday.
Yeah. Remember, he was locked up and just dropping shit every week, every month.
That's the nigga who recorded a lot of music. Cause the nigga was locked up and the nigga was still dropping like he was free type shit. That shit was crazy. Yeah. That make a nigga wanna work. Like, nigga see that type shit like, nigga, nigga confined. I'm confined, nigga fucked up, nigga in an institution, and I'm still gonna find a way to reach the masses and make a positive out of it. Like, and tell his side as a real street nigga. Don't get no better than that.
Yeah, then he got Future dropping 3 albums in 1 year, all going #1.
Yeah, he just came, that nigga came on a whole different spaceship. That nigga came out of nowhere.
And did a whole tour this summer too.
Shout out Future. Yeah. Shout out Free Band Gang. One of the first niggas I got a feature from was Scooter.
Oh yeah, I saw that shit, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys had the video and everything too.
Yeah, shout out Street. Yeah. Yeah.
Go ahead and plug your social media so everyone knows where to follow you at.
Follow me on Instagram at Real Life Mufasa, DA Real Life MUFASA. That's the same for my TikTok. Charisma Mufasa on fan page on Facebook. And Charisma Mufasa on all streaming platforms. Hottest nigga to touch the streets right now.
For sure, man. You got any shout outs you want to give before you wrap it up?
Shout out to everybody, man. It's possible.
Yeah, that's her. She sitting right there thick as fuck. That's my little bitch. She high maintenance.